Hey Ricky, thanks for your time on the phone yesterday. As discussed, putting together this quick video for you, give you more insight into what I do, and just to make you feel more comfortable with the process before we go ahead. So, as you kind of said, I do deal with the kind of marketing, but I specialize in optimizing and getting websites ranked up in the search engines for that visibility. And now, what I mean by that, for example, if I search for Sydney Painter, you can see there are a few elements to this. So you've got your paid ads here. These paid ads are essentially renting space on page one, kind of like what you're doing with Facebook. A bit more unpredictable with Google, and also it does cost a little bit more. I tend to stray away from this. I don't tend to focus too much on this because this is kind of renting space on page one. I prefer to own space on page one. Now, what I mean by that is you've got this area here. This is your directory. This is kind of like the local business directory. And something that if you haven't got this set up already, I would highly recommend it. And it's something I can help you with as well. Now, what I do focus on is I focus on the organic rankings up here. So this is owning space on page one. Now, and depending on the type of keyword and the type of services that you offer, you're looking at potentially hundreds and thousands of views on this front page alone per month. So for example, I've got a landscaping site that I built for a client. I've got them ranking on page one, actually based in Penrith. So if I search Penrith landscaping, so that's the site there. Ranking on page one. Now that site is bringing in, I've got 33 calls this month alone. Not all from that site. I would say around 20 or so from that site. And that's not including the email forms as well. So the email forms have probably got around maybe 5 or 6. So, we're not even a third of the way through the month, and I've got roughly 30 or 35 leads from that site alone. And that's just from being on page one. Now, that's essentially what I'm offering to you. And this is what I kind of work on. So I can see you've got your site here. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad site by any means. It's just very thin in content. What I mean by that is Google kind of goes through their sites. They look through and they kind of get their grasp on what the site is about through the content written on it, as well as the images, making sure the images are optimized. They can't actually see the images. It's actually what's called image alt text. I'm not going to get too technical, but essentially Google's robots go through, they read what's on your site, all the text, they read what's on the site, and then they kind of rank you according to that. So what I would recommend is a site rebuild. So like I said, not a bad site, but I would recommend a site rebuild. I'd put more text in there. You could send me through any photos you want, completely customizable. You've got GYDpainting.com, that's fine. I can even move that across. And then I would optimize that monthly for you to get you ranking on page one. I also have other services where I can build another site on side with yours, and not directly related to your site, but I would be building that to generate leads in another area as opposed to the area that you want to focus on. So we're kind of getting leads from multiple areas. Now, my services, like I said, start at $550 per month, but let's chat. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call me. I will follow up with a call in a day or two just to kind of give you more information, and we'll see where we go from there. Thank you.